Hello everyone, back to today's third video. Going to have a look at the late spring bank holiday weekend for today's third video with a view talking at some events that will be taking place during this long weekend that we've got coming up in a week's time. So we've done a couple of updates here so far, but we're going to look at the weather for the Bearded Fairy Festival, which is going to be taking place at Swaddling Cot in Derby. Also, it's BBC Biggest Weekend, that will be taking place at Belfast, Perth, Swansea and Coventry, and Liverpool Tool Ships will be taking place in Liverpool on the Mersey. So going to be a lot going on during this late spring bank holiday weekend, and I'll talk you through the very latest forecast from the GFS model for this weekend very shortly. Just say that the earlier videos today, we did the month-end look ahead with Japanese and CFSV2 models, and also had a look at next week 10 days. Both those videos are on the homepage. This will probably be the last update I do for these events until early next week. It'll be quite busy over the weekend. But tomorrow evening, there will be a look just at the bank holiday weekend itself. So you'll be able to see whether any wobbling has taken place on the GFS model tomorrow evening. But the next video for these specific events probably early next week. So we're going to begin on Thursday. This is day one of the Bearded Fairy Festival, Thursday the 24th of May, and no nasty surprises. It's the same sort of scenario as we've had in the updates recently. High pressure is dominating over Scandinavia, and we're bringing in these easterly winds. The upper air temperatures are looking quite warm, especially so in the southeast. So there's quite a lot of cloud, though, across parts of southern England. Further north, it's more and more sunshine up there. In Derbyshire, you're just on the periphery between where we've got the cloud, this white area, and where we've got the clearer skies. One or two showers being sparked up, but they're mostly light and very scattered. Temperatures are looking like that, so under the cloud, not much better than around mid-teens Celsius, but in any sunny spells, you're seeing temperatures up to 21 or 22. Reasonably pleasant, anyway, for day one of Bearded Fairy. Then we go through to day two of Bearded Fairy. It's also the opening day of the BBC Biggest Weekend, and also it's the first day of Liverpool Tool Ships, and we find that for this one we've got high pressure dominating again to the north and northeast country, and we bring in this easterly wind as we move to Friday the 25th of May. The upper air temperatures are looking pleasantly warm, very warm down in the south. All areas having pleasantly warm upper air temperatures. Sunny skies are moving in from the east as well, although it's a little bit cloudier in the west. It's a mostly dry day as well, maybe one or two light showers in the west, but most places are looking dry and pleasantly warm. Temperatures are into the upper teens or the low 20 Celsius. So in Perth, in Scotland, temperatures there are around 17 or 18 degrees. Belfast is around 18 or 19. Swansea could be up to around 21, that's 70 Fahrenheit. And then over towards Liverpool, we're at around 20 degrees there. Through into the Midlands, so in Coventry, you're at around 20 degrees again. And then up to Swaddling Cot in Derbyshire, you're into the upper teens Celsius there at around 18 degrees. So a pleasantly warm and mainly dry day through most parts of the country. I'm going through to Saturday the 26th of May. This is day 3 of Bearded Fairy and day 2 of the Liverpool Tool Ships, and also BBC Biggest Weekend. And again, high pressure is dominating where it's to the north of the country. We're bringing in these light easterly winds. Upper air temperatures are looking pleasantly warm. It's very hot down to our south. We're not far away from some real heat. We aren't bringing in that real heat on this particular GFS run, but it is pleasantly warm in any case with those upper air temperatures. It's mostly sunny as well. We've lost all of that cloud, so a sunny day across the country, universally dry as well, and temperatures again upper teens, low 20s, absolutely perfect conditions for all of those events. Then we go through to Sunday the 27th of May. And again, the high pressure is just being maintained to the north. We continue to bring in our winds from the east. possibly a slight northeasterly tilt to the wind, so that's why it's a little bit cooler on this particular run of the GFS model. But the main scenario is still the same. It's high pressure blocking things out to the north of the country, and we're bringing in those easterly winds. The upper air temperatures are warm, not as warm as they have been on some earlier GFS runs, but even so, still very pleasantly warm. It's mostly sunny again across the country. There's a few banks of cloud beginning to move into the far east coast, but the bulk of the country is looking sunny. It's looking universally dry as well. No rain anywhere across the UK for these events. And again, temperatures upper teens, low 20s Celsius. Highest temperatures actually in the west. So for Belfast, for example, we could be up to around 20 degrees there. Down across Swansea, again, 20 degrees is possible. Through the Midlands into the upper teens, Coventry and Swadlincote. Liverpool is up to around the upper teens Celsius, 18 or 19 degrees, and Perth is probably closer to the mid-teens Celsius, so a little bit cooler there. And then we go through to the final day of all of these events. So it's the last day of Beardy Beer, it's the last day of the BBC Biggest Weekend, and it's the last day of Liverpool Tall Ships. It's Bank Holiday Monday, Monday the 28th of May, and high pressure remains dominant as it was at the start of this Bank Holiday weekend. So too it is at the end of Bank Holiday weekend, still bringing in those winds from the east. The upper air temperatures have lowered a little bit. They're still pleasantly warm, but they're not as warm as they could be, and as warm as they have been on some earlier GFS runs. There's a little more cloud being brought in with those easy winds, particularly to southern and eastern parts of the country. The best of the sunshine appears to be in the north or west. Again, it's looking like an almost universally dry day across the country. Temperatures have just edged down a little bit, so more towards the mid to upper teens Celsius. So again, very, very pleasant conditions, no problems whatsoever. All that's happened really with this GFS run is that it's lowered the temperatures a bit, but otherwise it is almost identical to what we've had in earlier updates, which is high pressure dominates from start to finish. There's loads of dry weather, bags of sunshine, and just nothing really of concern whatsoever. So if it does pan out like this, it's going to be a classic late spring Bank Holiday weekend and perfect conditions for all of these events. Right, so we'll probably have another look early next week for these events. Tomorrow evening I will have a update for the late spring Bank Holiday weekend, which is covering the same time frame, of course. Right, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.